Hey guys, it's Blair with RevitAuto, and in this video I'm going to review the Bosch 625 scan tool. And to show you a little bit about the scan tool, we're going to be working on a 2009 Saturn Vue. So the first thing that I have to mention is that I absolutely adore and love this packaging. This is by far, hands down, the most convenient way to carry your scan tool if you're a mobile mechanic like me. The dongle is pretty badass, especially when you consider that it's got a voltage readout right here on the dongle. So if you're not sure what the battery voltage is, before you even get too far into it, you can know if you have a low voltage issue. So the scan tool itself is freaking awesome. I love the way it feels. It's massive. You can read everything. It's a pretty kick-butt setup, but let's go ahead and get it plugged in so you guys can see what's going on. So I've pressed the power button already, so it's booting up. Boot up time is not super lengthy, which is fantastic. Now I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in. So as soon as I plug this bad boy in, it starts giving me a voltage reading. So I know immediately when I start diagnosing this car, the battery voltage is too low, and I'm probably gonna recommend replacing it. I'm also gonna make sure that no other accessories are on, which would give me the low reading. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the key to the on position now. And turn off all the accessories. So what I like about this scan tool is that you come to your home page and you can really access anything that you want. If you're connected to the internet, you can go right to video tutorials, which will show you how to use this just a little bit better, your app shortcut, and then the web browser and wiring diagrams. Now, I would say the best thing about this scan tool in particular is the fact that you can click one button, and if your subscription is up to date, you'll be able to go into the wiring diagrams and live access and diagnose what's going on. So if you're chasing an electrical issue, this scan tool makes it super nice by having this massive screen here so that you can zoom in and check all the diagrams. Now me, I'm still a little bit old school. I still like to print off my diagrams, and I use Identifix, so I get my color diagrams from Identifix, and then I just print them right off and I go from there. Now, that's basically all I can say positively about this $4,500 scan tool. I wish that I had a lot more to say that I really liked, but the coverage is just not that great. If it's very cold outside, it's slow. I'm just not really a big fan of what I can do with it. So if I go ahead and just click quick scan, or if I go into diagnostics, we'll go ahead and let it do auto ID. Now sometimes, there's been a couple of times actually where I'd have to go down here to this button right here, click it, so that I could go ahead and link up with the dongle that's in the car. So we have it here that it did show up as a 2009 Saturn Vue. I've had a couple of times where it has not been able to decode, and I've had a couple of times where I haven't been able to actually scan a vehicle at all. So I've used this scan tool now for about 2 or 3 months, and it's been pretty solid, except for, I just think for 4,500 bucks it's not there yet. So let's go here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click read DTCs, and if I do want to select whichever ones I want, it is pretty cool that I can just go ahead and click, let's say I want to do engine, and I just want to do ABS, and then I can click continue, and it's gonna go ahead and just scan those two modules. Now, like I said, if it's super cold outside, the scan tool operates a little slowly. Now for 99% of you guys, I don't think this is gonna be a problem, because y'all are gonna be in a garage or a shop, and I'm outside working as a mobile mechanic, so it definitely gets a little bit cold. So there's three engine codes for the check engine light, and these are all related to the evaporative emission system. Now we knew that before we scanned this. This is the second time that I've seen this car. The first time I saw it, it had a code for the camshaft position sensor, so we went ahead and replaced that. Now looking back here, I know that these are the codes that are in here, and that these are the only codes that are in here. So I'm glad to see that this is reading this car effectively. And I'm gonna go ahead and see if there's any sort of special functions that I can do with the emission system to see if I can make this diagnostic a little bit faster. Now that we've figured out that we have these codes, I'm 90% positive that we just have a bad purge solenoid or a canister solenoid. So the next thing that I'll do is figure out if I can just go and do a special test on that solenoid. Now other scan tools will allow me to have the ECU activate that solenoid, and that will allow me to easily test it. So under the special test shortcuts, I do not have that functionality. Let's see here if I can just click all special tests and find it. Now what's really cool is that there are going to be a bunch of different special tests that you can do. So you can even type it in, right? So let's say that I want to type in purge. For purge solenoid, I can click purge and search, and if it has that function, it's going to show up. So as you can see here, it says evap purge solenoid. So I'm just going to go ahead and click it. And this is fantastic. This is actually the first car that I've been able to go in here and do this functionality. So I don't think that the scan tool itself is bad. I love the hardware. I love the way it feels. I like how easy it is to take a screenshot, to take a photo. All that stuff is fantastic. What I don't like is the lack of support. So let's see here. Tap to view all data streams, tap to do selected. So what's interesting is that for this system, right, we really only need to see a couple of things, and that would just be the purge solenoid, the command, and then we can remove the solenoid and look at the system from there. All right, so the fault history is for weak vacuum. Well, we know we've got a leak there, and the vent solenoid circuit short to ground test shows a fault, and the evap purge solenoid circuit short to ground test is testing okay. Let's see what it says under the command. Venting. Okay, so if we were to click start, we're going to be looking here. I'm going to click increase. And now what we could do is we could go underneath the hood and find the evap purge solenoid, and then command and take a look and make sure that that's actually what's going on. Now we know that we have a failed unit, so we're going to go ahead and replace that anyway. But it is cool that it has given us this functionality, and I can actually hear a slight buzzing coming from that as well. Now what's really weird is that I'm clicking decrease, but the command state is increasing on the upper left hand corner. All right, we're going to try to see what the purge seal is. Maybe that's going to activate the vacuum pump and allow us to test what's going on. Let's see here. Increase controls duty cycle of purge solenoid and closes vent solenoid. All right, so if we had a vacuum set up to this, we'd be able to do that, but since we don't, and I'm just trying to show you guys the overall functionality of the scan tool, we're just going to go ahead and go back, and then I'm going to do a full system scan. See what I mean? It's kind of cold outside, so it's definitely not happy. So I'll go ahead and do read DTCs, and now I'm going to select all and click continue. Another thing that I really like about the scan tool that other tools don't do as well is when you have all of your modules that have been scanned apparent right here, you can just very easily just click individually and it'll tell you what's going on. So we already know that we have an evap leak issue going on, okay? And then if we click here, we can see all the different TPMS codes that we have as well. So we're just going to go ahead and probably replace the right front tire pressure sensor and then just air up the other tires and go from there. But what's really cool is that this scan tool here, it allows you to do that. Most of the time there's going to be a report button at the top where you can do that, but I do like the layout that they have done here. So I'll go ahead and just click clear the DTCs to make sure that does clear them, and then I'll check to make sure that the check engine light is off. So I'll go ahead and say clear and reread to make sure that the codes are gone, then start the engine and see what's going on, making sure that the engine light is off. So it's cleared them, and now it's going back through and rereading. And right now this is operating at what I would say is an average speed. The more capable a scan tool is, the slower I feel that it is in my experience with all of my other scan tools. But this one, once it's warmed up and it's not, you know, super cold outside, it does move at a pretty brisk pace. So going ahead here, so it cleared all the ones for the TPMS, and we just have one here for the evap solenoid, which did not clear, which is interesting. So I'll go ahead and just cycle the key. I'll go ahead and clear the DTCs, and I'll see if this will actually clear it. I'll just click clear only. and it says that it was cleared. So now we'll go ahead and start the vehicle and see if the code is still there. The check engine light. So the check engine light did turn off. All right, so going back over the Bosch 625. Overall, I would not purchase a scan tool again for $4,500. I think what happened is Bosch was designing this. They spent a ton of time and money on R&D and creating this really awesome feeling tablet. They did a fantastic job with the dongle and the bag and making it super mobile. The wiring diagram, that's awesome. What I feel like happened is there was a ton of money that was spent and they just said, you know what? We have to get it out to the consumer and we'll do updates later. So right now, I don't think that the scan tool is a good buy, and I never really say that about any scan tools ever. I have a Mentor Touch, which is, I believe, made by Bosch, and I love that scan tool. I think it's fantastic. The only thing I don't like about that scan tool is that it's not a Bluetooth one. So if I want to test something in the engine bay, I can't, plug it in and then have enough cord to bring it all the way around. But the hardware on this thing is awesome. If it's not frozen cold outside, like the thing's been sitting in the car and it's 19 degrees and I get up and I go scan something, it scans really quickly. The Bluetooth is super powerful. I mean, I can be 2 cars away and still be connected to the car in my van, totally warm, while I'm going through and doing all the system scans. But right now, I would say I'm gonna see if there's any updates that are available for this scan tool. I'm gonna wait a couple of months to see if they do come out with any more. If anybody knows the people at Bosch, or if anybody knows the people that I could talk to that could help me make this a better scan tool for my shop, I'd be happy to talk to them. But right now, for $4,500, I'm gonna say there's a bunch of other scan tools out there that I would go invest some money in. But for all intents and purposes, I think that Bosch has the ability to make this scan tool a super awesome asset in a shop. But at the current time, with the weird bugs that it has, like for us trying to test a purge solenoid and it was increasing to exponential rate that is not even possible, and then when we tried to decrease it, it just continued to increase. I just think that there's just too many blocky things that have happened. And I've tested this scan tool on numerous vehicles. It doesn't work on any medium duty trucks, no Isuzu coverage, even though you can get in there with the 16-pin OBD2 port. It does not work on a 2004 Acura MDX. I was not able to get anything to go through it. I actually used my Zurich ZR15 from Harbor Freight to get attached to it. And the coverage just is not very good for European, which you would think with Bosch would be amazing. So, like I said, I think that the scan tool feels great in my hand. It's my favorite scan tool to hold and touch and interact with. It just feels great, but I cannot get the systems that I need to communicate with the scan tool, and I don't have a broad enough range of coverage to be able to say that this is something that I would buy for my shop. So if you want to see what I find out in the next 6 months, if they update the scan tool and it becomes as brilliant as I think it can be, hit that subscribe button and I'll do another video on this one, as well as a couple of other videos on the other scan tools that we have. So I'm Blair with RevitAuto. You're watching Tool Tuesdays. I hope this helped you make a decision on if you wanted to make the investment into the Bosch. And if anyone knows anyone at Bosch that can contact me, I would love to talk to them to see if there's anything that they can do about some of the software to clean it up to make this scan tool as awesome as it should be. I'm Blair with RevitAuto, and as always, happy motoring.